All right, Anthony on Air podcast. We have a major announcement on this episode. Frankie C is here with us. We're talking about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. We're talking about recycled raincoats. We're talking about pumpkin craft macaroni and cheese. And have you ever had a hideout at your workplace? Some people got busted at the MTA for having a man cave. So we're going to get
Which is
into that.
awesome, by the way.
Yeah. But I want to hear in the comments, did you have a place that you used to go to or still go to at your workplace that you go to hide or daydream or drink or
Nobody
whatever?
knew about.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to know. All right, so here's a major announcement. So obviously this episode, you know who we've been talking about for the last whole bunch of episodes. GM, let's say. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
GM and JE. We've been getting demonetized like crazy by YouTube, and that's important because when something is demonetized, it gets shown to less people. I don't want to get too far into the specifics, but I just want to address this and say something. We're going to continue to talk about GM and JE and, all that stuff.
The whole thing that's going on with them. Yeah.
We're always going to talk about that. That's always going to be a big focus. We're intrigued. We want to see that come to a resolution, no matter if it's a year from now or whenever it is. We're always going to be paying attention to it. However, because we're getting hit so hard and our videos aren't getting shown to as many people on YouTube or Facebook, or there's all sorts of algorithmy stuff that's going on that's weird. We might not make a big deal out of it on the thumbnail. It might not be in the title as prevalent as possible. I don't know. We haven't figured it out yet, but I just want you to know that whenever there's news on that subject, we are going to talk about that. So don't be discouraged if you don't see her photo prominently displayed in our thumbnails or whatever it is. Always click on our podcast. Always click on the episode on Spotify or Amazon or YouTube or Facebook or wherever. Always check in. We'll always give you the rundown in the beginning on what we're going to discuss. And then if you don't want to watch, you don't watch. But I'm just saying, it's always going to be there. And by the way, we might have to sneak it in and be the second story or what. I don't know what we're going to do moving forward.
And we're not trying to trap you. We're not trying to bait you into clicks. So this is a real thing. They're demonetizing the videos because that's what we've been talking about. And for some reason, they don't want that topic discussed. I don't really know the specifics of it. Who knows? But we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Right. And that's what this is about. So I just want everybody to know we're not going to stop talking about that. It'll always be there. Like I said, we might sneak it into the second story. And again, if you've noticed, we've been putting timestamps in our descriptions below everywhere. Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Pie, everywhere. So you could always
doing that.
You could always fast forward to. I've been doing it. You could always fast forward to the exact topic if you want to hear that thing. And if you love hanging out with us, spending the whole episode with us, we love that too. Obviously. Second part of this is we're not going to make stuff up if there's nothing to talk about. So in this particular instance today, there is no news. We're still waiting for
nothing we haven't gone over yet.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the document dump. We still expect that early October. I'm sure there's going to be more stuff in between now and then as VG is doing a lot of interviews and talks. Name of estate?
Vince Gill.
Right, Vince Gill. I know this is all so abstract, but I don't want to say anything because I want to see how this episode gets treated on all the different social media platforms. So that's why we're being super
violent
vague.
gerbils.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. That's why we're being super vague. So, again, we're not going to create news where there isn't any, but we're also going to be on top of it like crazy when there is. It might not be as evident in the thumbnails and so on and so forth, but
they get it. They get it.
They
know the deal. We're going to talk about other stuff too. It's not just that topic. It's going to be like we have a bunch of things today we're going to discuss. So it's just hang out with us, comment, interact,
yes,
and we'll have fun.
It's always 3 topics. Usually, we always hit 3 topics and have a good time. And everybody's been great about watching all the way through. So thank you for that. Secondly, we are going to welcome a new sponsor to the podcast on, I believe, the next episode, which is Monday. So that'll be nice.
Is it Arizona?
It's not.
I loves me some Arizona. That spills down my face.
You're welcome for that free ad, Arizona. But
it's not Arizona.
Another way that you can help the podcast is by patronizing our sponsors. I've been using this product. I am completely in love with it. Happy to share it with everybody. And again, if you can go and buy some of that product, that would be great. Help us continue to make these videos and continue to inform you.
I can't wait to find out what this product is.
I've been keeping it from Frank. He's not allowed to know what it is. Janine, too, for that matter. Who might be joining us.
Internet? Is it some kind of new internet thing?
It is, buddy. It is.
It's AOL. You got mail.
I found one of those old CD-ROMs with 40 free hours. Coming your way, big man.
I'm running out.
All right, so Ruth Bader Ginsburg, obviously huge.
R.I.P.
Huge person in our history. I do really appreciate how all sides. I like how our partisan BS has been put to the side, as it should be.
For the most part.
For the most part, it has been, which I was a little bit relieved to see, because our world's kind of crazy right now. And I was happy to see that at least people are honoring this woman the way she deserves to be honored.
Legend.
But that being said, Bryant Johnson, who's an Army reservist, he was Ruth's trainer, which is kind of adorable.
Fantastic.
I mean, like, Frank, I need a trainer. Like, I need a trainer. Ruth,
become a Supreme Court justice, then you'll get a trainer.
I mean, by the time I'm Ruth's age, I'm not gonna have a trainer. Like, I don't like. Let me eat whatever I want to eat. Leave me alone.
That's true. You got to make it to that age first, pal. I don't know.
Doesn't look like that's happening.
I don't know. I don't tell you.
Not the way I keep eating and smoking cigars. It's just not gonna be.
It's not gonna cut it, man. But hey, look at George Burns. Cigars everywhere. I don't know if he indulged in sweets or anything, but cigars every day. What, 101? I think he was 100.
Yeah, he topped 100. And I wonder, do we feel this way now because we're our age? Like, when we start to hit 70, are we going to be like, oh my God, I got to prolong this for as long as possible. Let me get a trainer.
Maybe. How long do you think she had a trainer? Maybe it had to be. Was it like physical therapy, because she had a lot of health issues with cancer and everything? Was it a physical therapist? It could have
been more that than like we got it, because she was a slender woman.
Like, she was going to the gym every other day and she was blasting her glutes. I'm sure it was a health issue thing.
This says that they've been working together since 1999. So we're bringing this up because Bryant Johnson, who's an Army reservist and Ruth Bader Ginsburg's trainer, went to go to her coffin here, as you'll see, and knelt down beside her coffin and started doing push-ups. Did 3 push-ups and then got up and walked on.
Hey.
Is that sweet? I can't tell if that's sweet or if that's just weird. It feels a little weird.
I think it's something between him and her, and it's a sweet, special thing. He cares about her, obviously. And I think it's a sweet moment. That's something between them. That's they maybe push-ups. They started every workout with push-ups or something, and it's just, it's his way of paying his respects. I think it's great.
I'll tell you what, it's sweet as opposed to our current culture in funeral behavior, which is. Have you seen this?
This is insane. It wasn't even this that I was thinking of, but this is crazy.
This girl is like grinding up on the coffin, twerking on the coffin, which is wrapped in saran wrap. I mean, balanced.
Have a funeral where you're going to have it, but is that like a parking lot?
It's a parking lot, and the thing is balanced on 2 motorcycles.
Okay.
And she's doing.
But that's a little.
No, that's not okay.
That don't even seem set. No, I didn't say okay. I said that's a little much. That's a little out there. I mean,
to me,
maybe he
to me
taught
the
her that
motorcycle.
move? I don't know.
The motorcycle thing is crazier than the actual dancing thing. Who would prop up a casket on a like that's gonna fall off? That's gonna fall over.
It's gonna fall off. It didn't fall off though. That held up pretty good.
I guess
But,
so.
I mean, nobody in that shot seemed upset.
Not in that shot, but take a look at
happy.
Take a look at this one. Take a look at this video that I saw. I don't know if this is real. I don't know if this is real. And again, we'll put links.
This is the crazy one. I think you're gonna. Yeah, this is the one I saw. That's ridiculous. By the way,
we'll put links to these videos in our description on the YouTube channel, so you can go over there and watch it there. I don't know if this is real, but here's a dude who's yelling in front of a casket. Real. There's the guy in the thing, and he just gave a slap.
Slaps he just slaps him. Now there's family and stuff around there, right? Did they?
Yeah, there's like a little scuffle.
Feel like they react.
Yeah, there's a little pushing and shoving. The thing goes down towards the end. Camera falls down to the floor, and you kind of see that happening.
I mean, there's stuff that you could do at funerals and stuff you just can't. I mean, I guess last licks. No.
Again, I feel like I'm turning into the biggest bore fest ever. But what happened to the old days when you just knelt in front of the thing and then sat down and made small talk with everybody else who showed up? Like,
I don't think that guy's intentions were to pay his respects.
No, I don't think so.
He obviously was not a fan of the deceased.
Yeah.
And he wanted to get last licks, and I guess he wins. That's it.
Yeah. That is last licks.
That's the ultimate last licks. You slap a corpse, you can't come back from that.
I didn't think of that. Now I'm going to have to outlive you just for fear of what you might do after I go.
What's in that mug, pal? I don't know what you're drinking there, but it's not helping your chances.
No, it's not, buddy. No, it's not.
Then again, I don't know how many calories. 190 calories in this thing.
You got Tito's? You got Tito's in that?
Not yet, but that's a damn fine idea.
Well, then you're doing it wrong, my friend.
I am. It's a little early for me, but you help yourself.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I don't know. So, and again, here's my thing. You know, I'm not criticizing the guy. Like, it's fine, but I don't know if I would have done that.
Which guy?
The first guy, the trainer. I don't know if I would have done that. The thing that bugs me about it a little bit is like, there's cameras around. Like, a little attention grabbing, maybe. I don't know. Feels a little attention grabby.
I don't think he did that to grab attention. I don't think that was his intent. It doesn't seem like it would be. I mean, no one knew this guy for 20 years or 21 years, however long. Why would he do anything to make himself known now? I think it's just a respect thing. He was her trainer. If he was her chef, it would be weird.
If he just started sauteing some mushrooms next to the...
No, if he was the chef and did push-ups, that would just be like, what the hell are you doing?
Right.
But it's understandable for a trainer.
I guess so. I just feel like
into the Matrix.
I just feel like if I would have thought about that, I would have been like, oh, and I might have stopped myself from doing that because then I'd have been like, you know what? There's a ton of people around. There's cameras. Maybe this isn't appropriate. I would have just been like, oh, maybe this isn't appropriate. I don't think I should. If that moment would have struck me like, I miss Ruth. I'm all upset.
Hey, it's his last moment with her. That's it. That's how it's his goodbye.
I guess so.
Some people, there are worse ways to say goodbye. I think that was fine. I think it doesn't. It's a respectful gesture. I think. It's not like he flipped the casket. He did something on his own. He didn't knock on the casket or anything. He did something on his own.
Yeah.
And it didn't affect anybody. It didn't hurt anybody. It didn't inconvenience anybody.
He didn't open it up and slap her. So credit to him on that one. Look, he's doing better than the other guy.
File that in the win column because not everybody's following that rule.
But
Don't
listen,
slap a corpse.
I'm not going to totally give it to him until I see her casket being taken out in the appropriate manner. If I see him loading that up on a couple of bikes, and then Vice President Pence hops on top to start twerking, then I'm gonna go ahead and have to downgrade it. I'm just saying.
If Mike Pence twerked on top of Ruth Bader Ginsburg's coffin, I mean, there's no coming back from that either. I think we're just a crackerjack country that's just off the deep end.
We'd have to start a new country. We'd have to just rebrand a little rebranding.
We need a little retooling. We need to, again, I think I said this a bunch of podcasts ago. We need to just do the IT trick.
Right.
Just turn the country off and turn it back on again.
Right.
Restart it, and because that's the end right there.
So take the trainer out of this one. The other two things. I mean, is this the craziest stuff that you've ever seen? And I go to funerals. It's just quiet. Just make your small talk. Look at the pictures. Sign the book.
Now, I've never seen anything crazy, but I did hear a crazy story that she could have just been telling me a story. It was my grandmother told me that she was at a funeral when she was a kid. So this was 20s or 30s, 1920s, 1930s, something like that. And I don't know what the embalming processes were or what was going on back then with that, but she went to the funeral, and apparently so much gas, I guess, built up in the corpse that it kind of picked itself up a little bit in the casket and let out like a belch.
I think this
noise from its mouth and fell down.
I think this is an old wives' tale.
I don't know. My grandmother told me it, and maybe she could have been blowing smoke. I don't know. But I never heard it as an old wives' tale. I've only heard it from that.
So I've definitely heard this as an old wives' tale. I'm not saying it didn't happen to your grandmother, but also...
You calling my grandmother a liar?
I might be calling your grandmother a little bit of a liar.
Messed up, man. That's not cool.
No, I was just saying, like, this is when it goes one of two ways. She heard the story and passed it off as her own, like all the Bill Murray stories.
I'm not appreciating that.
Or your grandmother was literally one of the people that this happened to that caused this old wives' tale.
My grandmother was at the origin of an old wives' tale.
Might have been. Because here's my thought process, too, is that back then, like, I don't know if they were doing the whole, the process.
Right. I don't know what the practices were and the medical. Who knows if they did everything the way. Yeah. Obviously, they don't do it the way they do it now. I'm sure everything's changed.
Yeah.
So, because that's 100 years ago.
Because I feel like I also have seen something on this that can actually happen. So it's not out of the realm of happening. But it's not that it doesn't happen often. So it could have happened.
I'm sure it happened way more back in the day, but nowadays I'm sure there are precautions for that, and they make sure everything's not going to be a traumatic moment for everybody in the room.
But the other weird thing too is like and again, all cultures celebrate these things differently. Like I remember the first time.
Oh, of course.
I had a friend of mine who wore white to a funeral. I go, "You wear white to a funeral?" He goes, "Yeah." Oh, big. He goes, "Everybody shows up in white." I'm like, "That's so funny." Like everybody in my family shows up in black. Like black is the color.
That's the traditional thing. I feel like that's the biggest tradition, especially in this country.
Yeah, but there's certain people that if somebody dies, they go to the funeral white, decked out, all the hats, jacket.
Hey, listen, white. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Hang on. White is a color associated with death as well.
Yeah. That's it. Like
black is a mourning color. White is, and plus there are cultures that celebrate, that have big parties, and because it's a celebration. Moving on to the next chapter of life, whatever it is. The
more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? I kind of like the white better because the black's so morbid. It's so like
it's sadder. It's dark and But if everybody in the place was wearing white, I don't know. I don't think I have anything. I mean, I don't have white pants or anything, but I have to buy a whole new outfit.
I mean, there are some cultures that do crazy things. Like there are some cultures that will get married in their own funeral plots.
All right, that's something.
I have the evidence right here. There you go. There's my friend Dwight Schrute and Angela. There they are, getting married in Scranton. In their
now is that? I don't remember that episode, but is that just they did that? You idiot! Or is that like a real thing?
No, that's The Office.
Right, I know it's The Office, but that's not based on any kind of.
It's based off of the Schrute family traditions.
The Schrute family tradition. Okay, it's you're an idiot.
By the way, if you go to the AnthonyOnAir.com store right now, you can get one of these "Show Me Potato Salad" shirts for just.
I'm still waiting on mine, by the way.
For just $4 Schrute bucks. What?
My free one. Where's my free one?
And look at the back. I keep forgetting to show in the back. There you go.
What? They misspelled Anthony on the .com part.
Probably.
Tried it.
Yeah, and then also we do have these Prism shirts, the Prism microphone shirts. There you go. We like those a lot. So those are at the store right now, AnthonyOnAir.com. Just click on store. You buy something, it helps us support the podcast. So appreciate all you do with that stuff.
Yeah, help me get a better internet.
Yeah, help Frank get a better internet. The more shirts we sell, the more free hours of AOL we can get Frank. So it'd be great to do that. 3 MTA workers allegedly
This is probably my favorite story.
Boozed, napped, and watched TV inside a secret man cave built below the tracks at the historic Grand Central Terminal, according to the MTA's internal watchdog. Here's a look at the confines. Not the most luxurious setup, I feel. Not the most luxurious, but it does the trick, as they say in these situations.
It serves its purposes.
Yeah, hey, that's the.
I mean, I think
that's the fridge.
There you go.
There's a
like
bed
futon, big screen TV.
Big screen TV, which is all you need. A place to sit and watch.
Yeah.
Little bed
Whatever
thing
that
there.
is.
I don't know what that is, but I can't do this backwards. I'm not good at this.
3 people share this, huh? What is that now? That's a fridge. They have a fridge in there.
Oh, like a rollaway bed. See, it's like all tucked in.
Oh, no, the bed. Okay. So if 2 people want to slack at the same time,
yeah,
you're not hogging the futon.
Exactly. This is genius. This is absolutely. I feel like, look, the table, like a
I wonder
table
how
came
long,
out.
how long they were getting away with this.
Yeah, I want to know that too. I feel like we should.
Years?
I feel like instead of coming down on these employees, we should laud these employees and praise them.
I think they should come up with their own business. These 3 guys design man cave.
Yeah.
Or like secret rooms, hideaway rooms or stuff like that. I'm sure they would know how to do that kind of stuff.
Secretworkmancaves.com. It'd be amazing.
Buy the URL right now. I'm getting it.
Right? I mean, and here's the other thing. I am actually upset with the MTA of why aren't you providing your workers with the appropriate and adequate break room space?
Well, what if they are and they just don't like the people they work with and they don't want to? I'm sure, you know what? I'm sure they're not allowed to nap in whatever break room space they're in.
Should be allowed to.
Nap?
Yeah. Napping should be permitted.
You know what, though? The only reason I would say that's correct, I think they should be able to nap, is if they are the engineers and they're driving the trains. And if they're tired, let them nap.
Disagree. I think if anybody's tired, I think anybody at any point should be able to just take a nap if they need one. Sometimes you need that strong 2 o'clocker.
That would be amazing. You wake up, you're ready to go another 4 or 5 hours.
Brilliant.
What are we doing this? We're doing 5-day work weeks and 2 days off. Why aren't we doing 4 and 3? I know. Thank you, unions. I get it. You guys are great.
4 and 3, my friend.
Yeah.
How we split 7 days up into 5 and 2, I'll never know. But that would have never happened if I was at that meeting. Ever.
You know why? because 100 or so years ago, that's what they did. The unions came together and they compromised. They said 5 and 2. They came up with that, and it's been that way ever since.
True.
I think it's time to update.
We need an update. By the way, back then we were working to get stuff done. Now we're kind of coasting. Like it's kind of like we could take our foot off the gas a little bit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're not in like the, whatever age that
The
we
industrial
have to start.
age.
Yeah. Industrial age. We're not revolutionizing. Most of us aren't doing stuff that'll, change the world. I mean, I feel like an extra day off isn't going to hurt anything.
No. When you compare the decades, the centuries, 1776, they were getting a lot of stuff done then, right?
They were working it.
We're building trains, we're building skyscrapers. It was all happening for a little while there. Now,
you know what though? We only hear about those people. There were probably, hundreds of thousands of other people that were slacking, not doing anything.
Oh yeah.
There's the farmer who lets his whole field go to waste because he's just lazy that day.
I'm just saying.
There were some people that were getting it done.
Right. On average, we were killing it for a while there. We were making it happen. Now,
I don't know if on average. I think there were a select few that were doing it.
I'm saying overall. Maybe not overall. You look at now, what's our greatest accomplishment now? Oh, I made an app. Oh, look, filters on your app.
Yeah, the apps. Yeah. We need another leap forward. I mean, the phone, that's probably the best thing we've got going right now, the best piece of technology. We need like if my hand gets cut off, it regenerates. Give me that next.
That's what we need. That's kind of what we need.
Start working on that crap.
Yeah. And the phone was 20 years ago, right? 2001, they came out with the first
Something
iPhone.
Like that. I feel like I had a flip phone well into 2005.
Yeah, we're just not. We're coasting, and I feel like the work week should reflect that a little bit more.
I mean, the self-driving cars, who needs it?
We're just lying to ourselves at this point.
And if you think we're getting flying cars, by the way, we're not getting flying cars.
No,
no way that's happening.
We're barely going to get to
enough.
We're barely going to get to electric cars. These investigators, though. So the MTA has investigators, but they don't have like a lounge. It's backwards priorities here.
Where do the investigators sleep?
Futon, flat screen TV, microwave, refrigerator. Behind a plasterboard wall was an unused locksmith shop below track 114. I've taken that track many times, actually. In the station's lower level. Let me see here. I think there was some booze too. They said they found some liquor or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, that's good. Booze up the MTA workers. That's going to be safe for everyone.
Did you ever have like a hideaway spot at one of your jobs? Because I did. I had a couple.
I used to work at a butcher shop for about 8 years, a little over 8 years. And my hideaway, there was really nowhere to hide in that place. It was very small.
Wait a second. You left the butcher shop?
A little while ago. Yeah, a couple of years.
That's news to me. Okay.
It's been about 15 years now. Maybe a little more than that.
We should catch up more because I don't know how I missed that.
I haven't seen anybody in years. But yeah, when I worked there, I was on my feet literally 11 hours a day.
Yeah.
I was working all day. And if I needed to get away, I'd go to the bathroom. I would just go into the bathroom and just sit there. And sometimes I was just, it was such a small bathroom. There's the wall was like right here. I was just leaning against the wall. I'd be like, yeah. That would be me for a good 10, 15 minutes. And then I'd come out and I'd be like, recharged, ready to go. It was 11-hour days on your feet. I didn't even sit down at all.
Yeah.
So that was brutal.
When I used to work at the airport. I used to work for a major airline.
Oh, there's got to be a million hiding spaces in the airport.
But there were. But the one thing I will say is when you couldn't get to a hiding space or you just got that 15-minute break, I would go into the bathroom, pants on, everything. I would just sit on one of the toilets.
That's it. You just sit there. You're not using the bathroom at all. And I would get out. Someone knocked and they needed the bathroom. I wouldn't be a jerk. Like, all right, finishing up, and then I leave. But
Yeah.
if I could be alone give me 15 minutes just to sit down, just get off my feet. If they were okay with it outside of the bathroom, I would have just sat in a chair. But you do that, everybody looks at you like you're a big traitor.
Like you're
God, I
slacking.
can't sit. I'm standing for 11 hours. I can't get 15 minutes to sit.
I can remember just sitting in the bathroom at the airport, just dreaming about the day when I wouldn't have to do. I was just like, I can't wait till I don't have to do this anymore.
How they let you in an airport? I don't know.
So
you were like in cargo and stuff.
So at first I was in passenger, and then I went into cargo. But in passenger, it was great because we were actually at the terminal. So there was like tons of places you could go, to just like hang out. One guy was so desperate for breaks sometimes to be left alone. There was this time, like back in the day at JFK, they would have these small, tiny smoking rooms where you would just go in and smoke with other people. And
it's gross
because they couldn't have smoke in the airport, but people would freak out because they were waiting for international flights. So sometimes you had to be there like 2-3 hours in advance. People would be like crazy. So they built these people smoking rooms in the 80s or 70s or whenever they did it. And it was there up until I worked there, which is a while ago now. But so this guy would just go in there and he would just sit in the smoking room and just take in all the secondhand smoke. And he never smoked. He's like, I hate the smoke. I'm like, why do you do it? He goes, because I get left alone. It was like the things you used to do to squeeze in an extra 4 minutes of break time.
You gotta weigh the. Do I want lung cancer or do I want to sit down for 10 minutes? I can't.
Yeah.
No, nothing can make. If there's, I would stay as far away from the smoking room as I can. But you were in cargo. Now, tell me the truth. Yeah. Did you ever break into those little the food that they have, the airport food?
Oh yeah. Let me tell you something. It's
wipe this away.
It's like prison. Like, how you make nice with the guards so you can and then you got to trade cigarettes and stuff. The food prep guys were the top of the chain. They were you did everything nice for those guys. So
there were cooks there. There were like chefs cooking stuff.
No, well there was, yeah, but there was the guys who delivered it, because you had to be nice to those guys because they would drop off the food at the plane, and then they would take whatever was extra and they would bring it to us, So
nice.
you can have a celebrity come in. Or come walk right in next to the food guy's mom who was taking a flight, and food guy's mom would get first class over the celebrity. They get the first class upgrade. They get everything because you always wanted to be nice.
Hey, helps to be an airport food guy.
Oh yeah. The guys, and they used to pull right in. When we were in passenger, it was actually better because that's where they were loading the planes. So they used to pull right into the baggage area, the back side of the baggage area, just open up the side of their truck and just start throwing out trays to the guys. And
that is crazy.
It was like
so now, why didn't you ever aspire to be an airport food guy? You'd be like top of the chain.
I don't know.
You'd be running the place.
I don't think it paid as good as what I was doing at the time. I don't know if they were.
You get all the free meals you want, probably.
It's true. But if you were nice to those guys, and then I think sometimes they would let them rummage through the lost and found. I think that was the trade currency.
So crazy. What was the policy on lost and found? Is it 30 days? It's up for grabs or something?
I guess so, because it got a little complicated too. Lost baggage got very complicated after September 11th. So
sure,
it wasn't as easy as it used to be. But prior to that. If somebody had a lost bag, we would just and then you would hide the better looking stuff so people wouldn't claim it. So it'd be waiting for it. It was all kinds of weird stuff happened. All kinds of weird.
You got anything? What'd you get?
No, I never took anything from. Anybody, but I did have that. I do have that crazy. I'll tell the story. The flight attendants were the freakiest. The flight crew,
what do you mean?
Like whips and adult.
No, get out of here.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. So
See, they would have their luggage down with the passenger luggage too.
Yes.
I thought they had their own separate compartments.
Well, normally they're just mostly carry on, but because we did international, they'd be gone for days. So they all checked.
Oh.
They all checked a bag. So what happens is like they're like, the little conveyor belts that everybody sees that they get their bags off of.
Mm-hmm.
We would have that stuff on the other side, and it would come down a conveyor belt system to get down to the level that we were at. And then we would put it in the carts, and then it would go onto the plane. What happened, though, sometimes is if somebody didn't lay it down the right way, or somebody was stupid upstairs and put it up, or sometimes it fell, whatever it happened, if it came down the conveyor and it was on wheels, it would accelerate down. It would like fly down the belt. And you could, I swear to God,
a runaway piece of luggage going up the tarmac.
And you can hear it. You could hear it. So you couldn't really see it because like all the conveyors were like above your head. So you couldn't see it. But as it would make that last turn and go down the longest thing, you would hear, like you would hear it. And you knew, get out of the way, get out of the way, because this thing is going to come flying.
There's nothing, I mean, all the advancements we have, there was nothing to stop that.
There was 1920s technology back in these baggage rooms, let me tell you.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious. It's just a runaway piece of luggage.
Just runaway piece. So this one day, we hear the noise. Here comes the piece of luggage, and it's one of these hard case things. It comes flying off the belt into the pole, because there was all poles around the thing, because we used to pull up the baggage carts right next to it. It was like a curb. Into one of the poles, bursts open, and you would have thought you found like there were just everywhere. It was just there were things everywhere.
What the hell?
There was at least.
So then you have to. What do you pick all that stuff up and put it back in the baggage?
Yeah, but I mean, we had a laugh and a half about it. They were like,
just a runaway piece of luggage hits a wall and explodes, and all these marital aids and stuff come flying out.
Yep,
that is hilarious. What the hell? How is that? How has there never been security footage of that on YouTube or anywhere? There's got to be.
I don't know. And so the guy, so it bursts open, and I'm looking at everything, and I'm like, holy cow. And the guy that was there for like 40 years looks up at me and he goes, flight attendants, dude. Flight attendants. And it just doesn't speak.
Holy crap.
He's like, they're all
There's
like
a
this.
whole world.
Yeah.
There's a whole world there that not everybody knows about. I mean, there were some movies and stuff about this, but I don't think anybody really knows what's going on with flight attendants and pilots.
So, by the way, let me just say, I don't know if all flight attendants are like this. This could have been one in a million.
Not. That's a generalization. I'm sure it's not all.
The way this guy said it that I worked with, he's like, "Oh, they're all like this." Like, but because he knew some of them, he'd be like, "Yeah, this one is this and this one that." He's like, "It's the altitude messes with them. They're all broken."
It's science.
It's science. He's like, the guys, the girls. He's like, they're all like this, man. They're all. I was like, all right. All right, dude.
This guy knows. He's throwing luggage back and forth all day. What is he?
That was that story. But you knew if you heard that noise, get out of the, like you would see. It was like a war movie. Like, when somebody comes across something in that war movie and everybody just starts running away. It was exactly like that. Everybody would just clear out. Yeah. Because you just knew. You knew it was coming.
So was there ever like the new guy who didn't know, get out of the way, and he just got clocked?
No.
Everybody just standing back, waiting for it to happen.
Not that I saw. I never saw that, but that would have been great.
That's a prank waiting to happen.
Be like, when you hear this noise, stand right here.
A guy just gets nailed with a box of dildos. It's fantastic.
Yeah, so that was
no better prank out there.
That was that. But we used to hide all throughout the terminal. They were all back like conference rooms. You used to go just take a nap. You would go sleep because the break room was dirty and disgusting, and there were people in there all the time.
Communal areas are the worst.
Yeah, But the best was sometimes you used to take the tug, the thing that drags all the baggage carts, used to take the tug out and go sit at the edge of the tarmac and just like at night, you just turn off the thing and you just sit out there and it's kind of basically utter darkness and you just hang out for a little while. You get a nice little break as the planes land and everything. It was kind of cool.
So you're not in anybody's, like, where are you in that? You're not at the edge of the, like near any runways, of course.
No, you can go like by the edge of the taxiway, you can go off to like the side.
And nobody spots you.
No, because they have like, they park a lot of the baggage carts. They kind of all stay, they park them out there. So if you went like around there or behind there, like you'd be fine. Mm-hmm. You'd be fine.
Hey, a lot of places in an airport to sleep, I guess.
That was the best. But I distinctly remember sitting on the toilet bowl going, I'm sitting on the toilet. Not going to the
your face against the wall.
Sometimes just like this. Just on your knees. Just like
what am I doing with my life? And by the time you all your thoughts settle in, you're asleep. It's fine.
Oh man.
You wake up, you start your life again.
Because that was the thing. And it's so funny. Like those were manual labor jobs. Like like you said, you're on your feet for 11 hours a day. You were there at like 4:00 in the morning sometimes, right?
No, it was the worst. I'd say the earliest I've ever gotten there was like 5:36.
All right, 5:30, 6:00 in the morning. We used to just bags after bags after 100-pound bags that needed 2 guys to pick up. And then after I went into cargo, it was the same thing on the other side. It was just boxes and all these crazy things. But I used to sit there and I used to dream about a time where I could just do like this, do what I love. And I'd be like, wouldn't that be so? I was like, and I remember telling myself, I'll never complain if I could just get out of here and do this. But then you get a job like this, and sometimes I find myself going, I could just go back to those days where I was doing manual labor.
My damned internet.
It was so mindless and so easy. That was
true.
physically
there
exhausting.
There were no real consequences either. Like, it wasn't like, you say something wrong, you get people yell at you. This was just throwing you're just throwing bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't, if you showed up and threw the bags, you were fine. You were fine. Yeah. Like, that was it. Like, then you get into this business.
You didn't take your work home with you is what you're talking about. You didn't think about it when you're at home.
Yeah. You get into this, and this is mentally exhausting, which is like, I feel even worse because who's this ego and that person, and this one's complaining, and this one's emailing you at 10 o'clock at night, and you get up and this one's emailing you at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's like, sometimes I miss those old days of just chucking bags around the airport.
Every now and then, physical labor, I know it's a backbreaking, almost literally job sometimes, but when you do some physical labor and you don't have to worry about like, spreadsheets and this and that, it's nice. It's a new experience, and it's relaxing almost.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a cakewalk. It's hard work, but
your mind is off, and you could daydream. I can remember just the daydream, just losing myself in daydreams, losing myself.
Yeah, same with me. I used to when I worked at the butcher, I used to make sausage, and it would be like an hour procedure, and I would just go after like the millionth time doing it. I'm just going through the motions, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta make the sausage now, and I'm like, God. So and you just the radio's on, and you're just sitting there.
One of the funniest stories ever. So down in the baggage area. We used to it looked exactly like the baggage area upstairs. It's just that thing, and it just goes around and around and around. So you used to have to scan when you go on the plane, where you're given the bag, they stick a barcode on your bag and the tag and whatever. You used to have to scan that. So some guys would walk the thing. Like, they would stand in one spot, but they would do this slow walk as the thing was moving. So they would be in the same spot, so they knew anything that came past me, just hit it, and that was it. This is one slow night. This guy is up there, and he's walking, and I'm on the other end, because that's where you just pick it up and throw it in the thing. And I'm on the other end, and I'm watching him, And he's just slowly walking, and there's this little tiny bag, right? And I'm looking at him, and the bag is coming closer to him, and he's not moving the gun or anything. He hits the bag, it goes flying, stumbling forward, falling head over, falls off. I'm hysterical.
When someone falls, and they're not seriously hurt, it's probably the best laugh you ever get. In this crazy world of ours, it's the little things each day.
He tumbles right off. The little gun thing goes flying. He's on the floor. I'm hysterical. Like, what happened? He goes, I don't know. I think I fell asleep.
I think I fell asleep.
You were walking.
Oh, that's great. Oh, man. Oh, God, people falling. If they're not hurt, it's a good laugh.
Yeah, it's so good. But it was one of those things, like you said, when you're making sausage, your mind just goes off, and you just start.
You just turn it off, and you just start doing stuff.
Oh, man.
And just something stupid happens, and you don't even see it coming. It's great.
Yeah, it really, really is great. The final thing we got today, we're going to do this one. Kraft is coming out with pumpkin spice macaroni and cheese.
Oh, it's about damn time.
Disgusting. Where are you on the whole pumpkin spice thing?
I love pumpkin pie. I love, that kind of stuff. But I never got into, maybe I would love it. I never got into, because I'm not a coffee drinker.
Mm.
So I never got into that pumpkin spice flavored coffees and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I love pumpkin. Anything that I've ever had that was pumpkin, I've liked.
So I like the coffee. Give me a pumpkin latte. It's good. Give me a pumpkin ale. Good. I'm good there. Pumpkin muffins. Good. Pumpkin cookies.
Pumpkin pie is great.
Pumpkin pie.
No?
Pumpkin pie, outstanding. Pumpkin pie goes. Yeah, top of the mountain. Goes.
That's the best. That's like the best pie almost.
Yeah. Pumpkin cookies. You lose me there.
No good?
That's it. That's where I stop. And then anything else, pumpkin lollipops and pumpkin. I can't. It's too much. It's too much. They try to stick pumpkins into.
I like pumpkin stuff. I mean, we got to get a secondary, like, vegetable or something for fall. Can we bring back apples? What are they doing? Give me some more apple stuff. Apple spice latte. Do they have that?
Well, I mean, they have apple cider.
No, but like Starbucks did like pumpkin spice. Can they do apple
spice? I mean, I guess
like
so.
apple cinnamon.
Look, and they put it in like a cup, like it's a latte too. Like, so disgusting. Like, it's just like, stop it.
Who's doing that? What cup is that?
Kraft.
So they sell them in those cups.
No, I think this is just like their little advertisement.
It's just for the commercial. Okay,
But pumpkin spice macaroni and cheese, like.
Have they tried anything other than cheese? I mean, what is this their first thing outside of just macaroni and cheese?
Well, they do have pumpkin and ravioli. I think that's disgusting.
No. I mean, is this the first flavored macaroni and cheese that they've like?
That's a good question.
Is there anything like, because if this is their first, I don't know if that's the best one to lead with.
I've seen people people make crazy things with mac and cheese, lobster mac and cheese, buffalo chicken mac and cheese,
which is all great. But I mean, if you're gonna start flavoring and boxing, like mac and cheese, like Kraft,
yeah,
I
don't know if
they have
Kraft
different cheeses, I'm sure, but like if they go into something crazy like bacon mac and cheese would be great.
By the way,
why wouldn't they start with that?
By the way, you 4 cheese anything, and I am there. I don't know what it is about 4 cheeses, but that's the magic number.
The more cheeses, the better.
Agree, but you ever just like sometimes it's like 4 cheese macaroni and 4 cheese tortellini. I'm like, well, yeah.
Pizza. You ever have like a 4 cheese pizza?
I don't think I have. But I hear more and more people are starting to put provolone on pizza. That's starting to become a little bit of a
Put
trend.
anything on pizza. I'm good. No, but like...
except for pineapple and ham.
I wonder
Stop that.
See, that's what I see. That gets a bad rap. I don't know why. It's not bad. It's
disgusting.
Not traditional. It's not, a real Italian pizza or whatever, but it's not bad. Hawaiian pizza. You've tried it?
Disgusting.
From where? Where did you get it from?
I think I tried it from not Lenny's.
Like a pizza place, like a regular pizza place.
Yeah, the one on the boulevard.
All right.
They were the first ones to have it like years ago, and I was like, "Oh, what is this? I'll try this. This seems crazy." And then I was like, I immediately regret this decision.
It's not bad. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's probably, on the scale of pizzas, it's, towards the bottom, but I don't think it's bad.
It's horrific. It's the worst thing ever. I would put like a Domino's or a Pizza Hut pizza, regular pizza, over and above a gourmet pizza place's Hawaiian pizza.
Interesting. I've had the Domino's Hawaiian pizza.
Oh my God.
Everybody's gonna skewer me for this, but it's not bad.
It really
I isn't bad.
Such a low opinion of you. Such a low opinion.
What else is new? A break. I think I was worried about that.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. We didn't get to our other story, but that's okay. We'll maybe throw that into the next episode. Yeah, excited for the next show. Hopefully we'll have our sponsor in order, which will be great. And I don't know if there'll be any more GM news, but if there is, we'll have it. And like I said, we might be not
the car company. Not GM the car company.
Not GM the car company, no. Absolutely not.
Is that even a car company anymore?
Yeah, General Motors, yeah.
All right, good.
They're still around.
I don't know if they're still around.
They're still kicking it. AnthonyOnAir.com has all our links and information. Don't forget to visit the store, grab yourself a shirt, and we'll see you on the next episode. Say goodbye to Hawaiian Pizza, everybody. It's his last time co-hosting. See, you have the Hawaiian Pizza of internet right now. That's why there's always such a problem.
What, you mean delicious internet?
Bye, everybody.